Am I endorsing Taco Bell today?
Absolutely not.
Hey, what's good? What's going on, everybody? You already know who this is. And it's definitely your favorite, most higher goddess herself, Shar, come back at you once again here at the P.E.G podcast, man. That's positive energy generations, because we dead for life, choosing the positivity through all the negativity that's going on in this world. And I'm sorry, I gotta say it, life be motherfucking life, man. I'm sorry. It eat y'all up. I know it is. Eat me up too. But anyway, I've been in my bag with guests, artists, public figures from around the world to inspire you, to let you know that you're not alone. And this guest I got for you, man, she's more like a family member to me. You know what I'm saying? She is definitely a pillar of the community. She was born to an African American father, to a Thailand mother. So you see, got a lot of cultures in there. And then she's also she's not new when it comes to military life. So she was able to live that. And now she has an Asian market that's open here in Killeen, Texas, called the C Market, the C Bistro Market. And we're going to have her to come on and talk about it more, because you know that I'm going to butcher it. So without further ado, let's bring on Miss Joan in the building. How you feeling?
Well, thank you for having me.
I was trying not to mess it up, because I will. So I'm going to let you talk about more like the C Bistro Market, right?
Yeah. C Market and Bistro.
C Market and Bistro. See, I was putting it all together.
And I actually have another business is with Tamaja's Bridal and Formal. So we're trying to collaborate the two.
Oh yeah, you got the bridal shop down there. So you cater.
Right off of Bunny Trail. Yeah, we cater.
Yeah. So look, man, before we get started, I want you to press the follow button, right there. Right there. Press it, okay? 'Cause you can't just be creepy. You gotta keep up with us, and it helps us create more positive content to let you know that you're not alone. So dang, Joan, you in a lot of things. You in catering, you does the bridal boutique, and now you have an Asian market that's open. So tell everybody, before we talk about the many things that you do and the accolades that you've built, who is Joan and how did we get here?
Well, okay, so like she said, I was born to a Black African American father and a Thailand mother. My father was in the Air Force. So yeah, he's now retired.
Hey, shout out to Pops.
Yes,
with the Air Force. Don't kill me, because you know people in the Air Force hate the word Chair Force, but I had to say it because armed people like they say Chair Force, and then Marines we call crayon eaters. So I love the Chair Force people. I love y'all. My uncle was in the Chair Force. He was in the Air Force.
Hey, I can't complain because I was blessed, able to travel around the world, get to know different cultures and stuff like that besides my own.
Right.
Yep.
You was raised by your mother and father?
Until I was 15.
Until you was 15. So you was able to get a little bit of both cultures.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Born and raised that way. It's funny because although I was raised in America, my mom still tried to instill Asian cultures in us, and she made a lot of Asian foods. So I grew up on more Asian foods, and I was a picky kid, so I didn't like a lot of American.
Yeah, because of the culture that you was just.
Yeah, but then my dad was, from Philly.
Philly too.
But that soul food, and everything like that. So my mom incorporated with Asian and American together. So we were able to have both cultures.
So what dish inside your home that you like?
Papaya salad.
That you like least?
Oh no, I didn't like anything. I didn't like anything as a kid.
But what was your favorite one?
French fries and papaya salad.
Papaya salad?
It's the Thai papaya salad, and then you ate it with rice and eggs, or like Thai beef jerky. Mm-hmm. And I could eat that all day. I could still eat that now.
Dang.
Yeah, I have to make some for you.
All right, yeah, you gotta make some for me. I've never heard of that one, but it sounds good. I like jerky. So
yeah,
you got Thai beef jerky?
Like Thai beef jerky, it's Asian jerky.
Sounds good.
My husband loves that one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's
I
okay.
made that for him actually yesterday.
So I know it's gone.
Well,
May, bro, why you ain't call me? Why you ain't call me, bro? You could have just, what I'm saying? Hey, we got it. All right, but I like that. So you said up to the age of 15, you was raised into both families. And then at the age of 15, I guess your mother, your father?
My parents separated.
Okay.
And we were living in the Philippines at the time.
Oh.
So, again, another culture.
Yeah.
Asian culture to live in. So I actually had a chance to know how the Asian cultures lived.
Yeah.
Because I never been able to go to Thailand yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
I want to go too. It's on your bucket list? I can't say bucket list. My wife said you can't say bucket list. To-do list. She said bucket list is when you about to die.
Well, I want to go before I die.
Okay, all
So
right,
at least.
all right. Bucket
and I would
list
love
to
to
do.
take my husband. You know, my kids are grown, so
Yeah,
you know they have to go on their own.
they got it. So y'all can't go unless you pay for your own. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
they're in their 20s, so
Yeah.
they can do whatever they want. But that is something that I do want to see my other half and see where my mom came from. You know, because she came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah.
You know, to come to the United States, didn't know how to speak English. She
Wow.
couldn't speak English.
Whoa.
She learned to speak English from Sesame Street. So
For real?
Yeah.
I think English is it's the hardest language
that's what she said.
to learn, especially when you go talk about like what they have to learn to get their citizenship. A lot of citizens don't know the answers to those questions.
Yeah, but two, it's hard for them to understand.
Got
Because
you.
still, my mom, she has a very strong Asian accent. So a lot of people still don't understand her. And when my husband first met her, she would speak to him. He was like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. But he didn't understand what she was saying half of the time. But, you know, we'd have to repeat it or tell him what it was. And he was like, oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, he was just being respectful, but
Yeah, but he didn't understand.
He didn't know. Do you speak the language?
Very little. I understand more than I speak it.
Got
because
you,
my mom
got
spoke
you.
it to us. But it is hard for me because our translation is different. And then they don't speak certain letters.
Oh.
Like my name is Joan, but in their culture they don't say N. It's NG, it's Joan.
Oh, so they don't put emphasis on the N.
No, and they don't say R's.
Wow.
So everything that we have here in our culture is like R.
You're true.
And at the end of everything.
That's true.
So she can't say Gatorade.
What?
You know,
What did she call it?
Gatorade.
Wow.
Because
So they just
the
take
R
out the
is
whole
silent.
R.
It's a silent.
Okay, it's silent.
So they take some of the letters out. So a lot of people don't understand what there's. It might be Laos or it could be Vietnamese, Filipino. Some of their letters are taken out or it's in another way.
Wow. That's crazy. But she was still able to make way for you guys here to where now you have all these businesses. You're a Black Asian, woman who is a business owner. So let's actually hit on it a little bit. How did we go from, all right, we're with the parents, we're traveling all over to now we have a bridal shop and catering shop. So let's start at the bridal.
It was funny how I got into it because I had just came from college. I was sick. I was in Georgia. I got sick and I had to come back home. So my mom was like, okay, well, you have to get a job. You have to, take care of yourself, whatever. So I had a job for the winter, and it was only like, the seasonal jobs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to find another one. And I was like, Lord, please help me find a job. Help me! I don't know what I'm going to do. And then this happened to come in the newspaper where they were looking for a bridal consultant. And I was like, ooh, I was interested in it. So I called, and they wanted to introduce me, and do an interview with me and introduce me to like some of the people that worked in there and stuff. And I got hired on the spot.
Oh.
I got hired on the spot. So I love what they were doing. I love the designers and how they, critique the dresses and had them, the materials, the way they look, the bridesmaids' dresses, the formal gowns, the tuxedos. I fell in love in the industry.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
And I've been in an industry almost 30 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, started, in my late teens.
In your late teens, and we're still here.
And then when my husband, I started doing it every time my husband would have to be, PCS to another state. I would find a bridal shop.
And work with there?
I would do that, and then I would cook on the side, or I would do something.
Yeah.
Because I love to bake and I love to cook.
Oh, you can cook.
So,
you should get thrown out. You should have your there in them itis, you feel me? You trying to figure out where your stomach go. I grew a third stomach, and that's full too. So I think that's really cool because fashion is in all type of ways. It's not just like one way. Like I'm very big in urban streetwear fashion, but also like formal and informal wear. And when you talk about like bridals wear, you also can include what you call homecoming, because so you got a shop out here in Killeen,
right off of Bunny Trail.
Yes. Shout out the shop.
Yes, Tamaja's Bridal and Formal. We're located at 5504 Bunny Trail, Suite A103, Killeen, Texas, 76549.
That's 549.
Yes, right next to the Star Mart and Jack and Jill Donuts. We're right in between.
And
So
y'all
come
work.
on and check us out.
Check them out, because y'all got some beautiful pieces. I remember seeing that and me and my wife first moved here. I was like, there's a bridal shop over there by the donut shop. I mean, I don't know about the donut shop, but they have pretty dresses in there and tuxedos. And she's like, who has a bridal shop? I'm like, I don't know. And then we meet you, and it's so weird. And I was like, wait, the one by the corner store? So that's fire. Mm-hmm. What made you decide, like after you went to work in these in the industry and been under a few companies, then now I want to open my own bridal shop?
I always wanted to have my own business. And I wanted to actually have a restaurant first, because I love to cook.
Okay.
But it's very costly.
A restaurant?
Open a restaurant.
Ooh.
So what I did was, when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, I worked for a bridal shop for 14 years. Oh. Yes. And I met a lady that was there that she was an event planner. And I used to bring food just for the girls to taste. So we
okay.
So she actually was like, oh my gosh, do you cater? Can you do bridal showers for me? Can you do wedding receptions? I was like, I can. So she was like, I have a bridal expo coming up. Can you do it? And I was like, sure. Just tell me what you want, and I'll go ahead and do it. So we ended up doing that, and she got me a few more, gigs and stuff like that. So that's how I ended up wanting to incorporate it and try to do like a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Where we can go and get either a formal gown, homecoming, prom, tuxedos, wedding gown.
Yeah.
And then catering. And then we'd have like vendors come in and do like photography. Wow. Cake.
So you tying everything together.
Yeah. And stuff like that. So that was my dream right there. I was like, if I can have all of it in one.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do. So I
crazy.
started off with the bridal shop first, because I had more experience
with the bridal shop
in it, and I knew the ins and out of it. And the rotation on when new things come in, what the new layouts are, and most of the time you can find out what's going to come out too when you watch the Emmys and the Grammys.
So being able to
imitate
the trends,
color.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Even with men and women. Not just women, because some of the dresses that are made are cut from the red carpet. Oh. So yeah, you'll actually see it, and then they'll incorporate it. So they make like the higher end, and they make like the lower ends for everybody in there. So that's how I actually wanted to bridge the gap in this community,
right?
Because when I first moved here, God sent me and my family here. It was 4 shops, but then it went down to 2 because during COVID.
Bridal shops?
Bridal shops. Okay. Or formal.
Or formal shops, okay.
I went to 2, and God spoke to me and said, go ahead and open it up. Talked to my husband. He was like, this would be the best place. And we went looking, and we found a place. We found 2, actually. And then we prayed about it, and he sent me right there on Bunny Trail. And we've been open almost 5 years.
That is amazing. No, for real. God is good. And it's like, it's so crazy. Like you're dreaming this and then you're going for it, but you don't know if you're actually going to reach it. So to actually see it in fruition, and then it's going strong for 5 years, like keep going. What do you say as a Black Asian American who's been, in the culture, different cultures, who's also tying the formal wear into the food wear, and like I said, being a business owner? What is the hardest thing about being a business owner on top of being a Black business owner?
Failing. Because one, it's a double whammy for us. One, being a Black person. Yeah. Then you have Asian, but then being a woman in an industry. It's
like a double sword.
World, and it is. Because sometimes you have to have faith.
Yeah.
And you have to have strength. Because there's days that you're going to wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing?
Right. Like, am I going in the right way?
Exactly. Because you doubt yourself a lot.
Yeah.
You doubt yourself a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Because growing up, a lot of people think that because you're born biracial or in a different culture, you have it easy. You don't. Because I experienced a lot of racism growing up.
Is it both sides or one side? Both sides?
Both sides.
That's got to be hard. You go over to the black side, they're giving you the hard time. Now the Asian side give you a hard time. And it's like, where do I actually belong?
Well, and I had to learn that because I would cry all the time because either they was like, you're not black enough and you don't look Asian. So...
And that's I gotta look at like what my dad and my mom together is with how I came.
So I had to figure out, and there were times you get discouraged, but my parents were strong. They was like you can't worry about what other people say. You gotta hold your head up high, and it was very difficult because when we got stationed, because I always went to a military DoD school, which is only 300 to 500 students.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the only, there's only 2 to 3 black kids in a classroom.
That's hard.
So you were only able to either you're going to hang with them and get criticized, or you hang with whoever was there, whichever culture was there, and get criticized that way.
Hey, Brittany! Hey, Brittany! We can't wait to see you at the homecoming dance. Send us a message. Hey, how's your new school? Ooh, don't join a gang. At least not the first day. Bye!
You're hanging with this culture right here, so you can't hang with us because that and that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So growing up, I had to just figure out who I was. Figure out who I was as I got to become a teenager, and I got to see people like me because I was born in the 70s, and being in the Air Force, there's more majority of Caucasians. Were in there. So when it went full, I don't know how to say it, but after my parents separated, I went to an almost predominantly black school, public school.
Public school.
Now, that was the hardest for me.
So you were going from being only one of the 2 black kids in the school to now the majority is black. And the culture is different because you got them coming from the different environment, different cultures of black children. So you're like, oh my gosh.
And they didn't know what I was.
And they're trying to probably figure it out. Like, what are you?
Yeah. And I didn't know that they didn't know what Thailand was.
Wow.
They knew what Chinese and Japanese
Right,
was.
Vietnamese. Like, you hear about those things. But Thailand, you like, huh?
And then when they saw my hair, they was like, what are you? Because you ain't black.
Right.
I was like,
wow. Like, obviously,
I am black.
Right.
But I'm mixed. I'm black and Thai. What are you, some sort of Chinese?
I'm a chigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a Chinese nigga. Yeah.
But that's what they used to call me. You're some sort of Chinese, or what are you? And
obviously, we see your color, like it's like you're black. But what do you mix with the black, like the things we say? But you overcame it though.
I did well. But you have to love yourself.
Yeah.
And that was something that I had to learn throughout the years. Like I said, to love myself, and if people don't accept you, they just don't accept you.
And that's the particular part of diversity, like being in the military. And being able to see and be open to different type of cultures kept your mind open to the hardship part of it, because a lot of people, I guess, when you say when you are born and you have 2 different races, it's like you have to pick. So it's like you don't have to pick, and so you was able to, like I said, find yourself in those hardship moments because you had been introduced to different cultures. And instead of, mom and dad's like, no, you're going to get introduced to this black side, or you're going to get introduced to Asian side. You was able to get introduced both. And you lived in the Philippines, so you was able to see how they move and see like people that are just like you, so that's really cool. I think that's really dope. I feel like a lot of that should go on because in our culture, Black American culture, or African American culture, we tend to keep ourselves in a box. Like, either you black or not. And it's like, bro, first, black is a color, and then 2, we're multiple shades. You know what I'm saying?
Multiple shades.
And a lot of us are mixed with different things. So we're not just, are you black, are you Indian, or what are you? It's like, oh, I can be black and Asian. I could be Indian. I could be black and Hispanic. Like, I could be a lot of things with black. I don't just necessarily have to be black. And I remember I was in service. We used to talk about like different cultures because the Puerto Ricans don't like Mexicans because they talk bad about Mexicans, right? So we was in there, and I was in there with one of my guys who was a Haitian, and we were speaking in patois. Because I learned patois just to talk crap to him. Like,
oh, wow.
I went and learned patois just to be like, I'm going to talk shit to you. And so you can know, and everybody be like, what did you say? I was like, he know. Right? And we're talking, and one of the people be like, they said, why did you learn that language? That was a useless language. And it made me offended. Right. Because I was like, well, one, she was a Caucasian girl that said it. And one is like, why is African language useless, but Hispanic language is not? And I'm like, she said, well, you can make money if you learn more Spanish in the military. And it's like, yeah, but that's not where I was going for. It was specifically just to talk to him. What makes you think I didn't know Spanish? You know, just because I'm black. Like, what makes you think? It's like, oh, well, so it's an African American language, Haitian, Jamaican. They speak different things. But I just have to speak black. And she's like, yeah, because all black people are just black. And me and him stopped and was looking at her like, that has to have been the most ignorant thing I ever heard in my life. Like, we're just black?
Well, you'll definitely get that.
You know, like what?
I know, I got it. So, you know, I was talking to my husband too. He was like, he never got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because he chocolate. So there's no way.
Exactly.
There's no way. He was in the military?
He never got
we on your butt. What do you mean?
No, he didn't.
No? Wow, where was he from?
He's from Savannah, Georgia.
So he is from Savannah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said he never experienced what I experienced. So
he out there in Georgia. That's the melting pot of.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of racism over there. Because I experienced it over there too, in Atlanta.
Okay.
Working in the bridal shops. Because there's country areas too that have
well, you're in this southern area.
White over there. So I had my experience over there too, where they didn't want to shake my hand when I was there, you know, bridal consultant and stuff like that.
Now you gonna come to that shop?
They got to know me.
Then they open
I
up.
sold them. They was like, "Oh, she's so sweet." And everything. Okay, it's not the color.
It's not the color.
It's the personality.
Yeah, and it's like, why did you come to the shop to get business, knowing that you don't want to support the color? Like, I can't change my color, you know.
I mean, but there's a lot of good people out there in the
world. It is.
Too. It doesn't really matter, but you still have, you know, some of those people that still haven't gotten out of what they were taught. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we see what the world is going through right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We have a black president.
I was just about to speak on that. So especially being African American, Asian, so Blasian, just like you are. So we're now, like I said, watching Madam President Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? She's in that position where not only she's black, but she's Asian, and you see how society and the media is making her pick a side, or they're saying she's lying, she's not black, she's not Asian. What is she?
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
So, from a standpoint of a person who can relate, who's in the culture of her, you know, what are some things that inspire you the most seeing her in that position?
That she didn't let nobody stop her. She didn't let her dreams, her goals, no one stop her, you know, and she just moved forward. She didn't let the criticism bring her down. Now, I know she probably hurt sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
Pain inside, but she knew that she trusted herself. She probably trusted her faith. I don't know what religion she's in or whatever, but she trusted herself to make sure that she was going to get there no matter who, what wall, what society put in her way.
Yeah.
And look at her now.
Yeah, she's up and still doing it, right?
That's right.
So I think that's very important to see, because now you have a president that looks just like you. Even though in the moment you was talking about when you was doing the bridal shop and you wanted to open up the bridal shop, the catering and all these things, you're like, I need to be around, you know, people like me. I didn't see people like me, but now you see people like you in high positions that are, you know, overcoming adversity, who is inspiring other people who are different races and who are mixed with different colors of black shades and all that, being able to overcome adversity. It's a very good thing, you know. I think it's more than just what we're seeing in the elections. Oh, just getting another president. It's more than that.
It is.
She's changing culturally.
That's right.
And she's combining cultures together. Like, see, looking at this side, look, I'm from this side, I'm from this side, but we could come together for a common.
Yeah, we have to stop being so scared.
Yes.
Of the color of our skin.
Why you think that frightens us so much? Because we have power. Dang, that's because we have power. So what led you from because you have power because you're the businesswoman, so you got like 3 different businesses. It's your time in one. What led you from bridal to catering to now the Asian market? Because that's not an easy way to open up a spot in the Asian market. When I heard it was an Asian market, I was like, oh, Asian market? Oh, I love Asian market. So it's a high standards when you hear that. Why you added that onto your plate though?
Because there's not a lot of Asian stores here.
In Cali, okay.
Right. So there's a huge community of Filipinos, people from Guam, Chamorros. You got
Here?
Vietnamese. Yeah.
Oh.
You have a lot. You just don't see them because they tend to have their own. They stick to themselves and stuff like that. What really made me and my girlfriend, shout out to Miss Keeley.
Shout out to Miss Keeley.
Yes, we actually built this store, Southeast Asian Market and Bistro, right off of Clear Creek Road. We built it up together so that, and she's from Laos.
Oh, Laos.
Thai and Laos.
Oh, is that? Wait, I might be illiterate when I say this. You're talking about like in another country, right?
So there's Thailand, there's
right.
Laos.
Laos.
There's
Okay, cool, got you.
And so Laos, Thai, Cambodian, Burmese, and then you got Vietnam, you got the Philippines. From the Southeast Asian part of the Asia area, and then you got like the Japanese, and you got the North Korean, and all of that stuff. Over there, it was hard for us to find our foods. They have some, but not everything.
Yeah.
And then you had to go to like Austin, Dallas, Houston. I was like, I don't want to drive over.
That's a pretty far. Like going to Dallas and going to Austin. I mean, they got good food spots, but like I said, like I don't want to have to drive all the way out there to get it, and then I got to come back. I'm full now.
Yep.
I'm full now.
Yep. And then when they only have one big grocery store, which is Omar.
Oh.
Here.
Okay.
So sometimes when you go in, you can't find anything because everybody, like I said, the Asian community, but you have the Africans that shop there, you have the Jamaicans that shop there.
Yeah.
We have every culture that shops there because they like to eat authentic foods too. So sometimes there was nothing there. And I was like, I can't live like that because I love Thai.
Yeah, it's good. I love Thai food. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so and I make it for my kids and my husband, and as you know, I make it for you guys.
Yeah,
so
it was good. It was good.
I had to have my seasoning.
You gotta have the seasoning. Then it can't have like bland Thai food. Like, what is going on here?
So what I did was the stuff that I couldn't get here, and I couldn't get in Austin sometimes too. I would have my daughter send it from Georgia.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
okay, so you got the fam working together, you know?
Yeah, but I had to pray.
Oh.
I had to pray, and I had to put God first. I'm like, Father God, I need to open up one, just so that I can eat.
Yeah.
You know, but then I thought about, hey, if I can eat, so can other people here too.
Yeah, but you decided also to add the catering to it. So now you're introducing the community to different types of Thai food and feeding the soul, and let them know that this culture cooked this way too. So you said that opening a restaurant is pretty expensive, but you tied the two together. What was the most challenging thing about tying the two together?
Seeing if it was going to work. You know what I'm saying? Seeing if it's going to work out culturally. Okay. Because I don't just make Thai food when you come in there.
Oh, you do soul food too?
I do.
Oh, I'm coming tomorrow.
I do, and I do. I do Jamaican food as well. I do.
I'm coming. Yeah.
And I make pastas. I make curry chicken. I make oxtails. Make collard greens, black eyed peas. You name it, it's going to be in there. Okay. So we just opened in June. So
freshly open. Yeah.
We just opened in June. So you have to come and check us out. So the market is on one side. We have a small little restaurant. We're still working on getting the full industrial stuff, but that's going to take a little while.
Right.
So every day we have full set meals. Like today, we made masubi, fried rice.
What's masubi?
Masubi is a Japanese rice and spam teriyaki dish. I have some right here. I want you to taste it. I got you some taste tests here. So, and then I got Filipino empanadas.
Oh, empanadas, but
Yeah,
just the
it's
Philippine
beef.
way, though,
Yeah,
right?
it's the Filipino way. And I made Thai chicken fried rice.
Oh
And
man.
then we do hot wings basically every day.
What?
Yeah, we do hot wings.
Yo, yeah,
basically
look.
every day, egg rolls every day. So
No Panda Express, bruh. Chill out. Go to the Sea
have to come in and try
Market
it.
Bistro. Go check it out, man. Go check it out. But it definitely sounds like, you know, I remember you talking about it and now seeing it. I love when people can bring their dreams to fruition, and then also impact the community with it. What dish did you find growing up and, you know, learning different type of recipes and stuff? What dish did you find that was the most difficult, but you love to do it?
Baking.
Baking?
Yeah.
Everybody can't bake, so you know.
Baking is hard because you have to get like the components right.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because if you're making cake, if the flour isn't right, it could be too hard. You know, if you don't do it, could be too soggy. If you don't put the right coloring in it, especially like red velvet cake.
Yeah.
Some people can make that thing dynamite. But then some can't, and then the colors are different. Some can be like that burgundy, dark burgundy, then it'd be like bright red. The cream cheese frosting, when you make it from scratch, may not taste good. So it's a lot.
Yeah, red velvet is hard to get
a lot
by.
harder than you think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, baking is one of my things. But I'm in the kitchen 24/7.
24/7.
When I get home from work.
You're in the kitchen.
Oh,
You still doing what you love. You're going from one thing to the next.
Yeah. Well, I make dinner for my husband and my kids all the time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta make sure my baby's okay.
Yeah, you gotta make sure they gotta be fed, and you know the food is good.
He's full.
Yeah,
So my
my
husband
boy.
is full.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy, man. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying?
He's full.
He's-
Like if I don't cook, he'll wait.
He'll wait.
Yeah, most of the time he'll wait or he'll go buy something to eat till I come home. So
I like it. He's like, okay, today. All right, I'm patient. I'm patient. I think that's very dope that you're stepping out there and being, you know, comfortable and taking that leap of faith, because that's hard. Taking that leap of faith. What is the hardest moment you face trying to reach these dreams and try to watch them come into fruition? Failing. You said failing.
because you have doubt all the time.
Yeah. You did say that. You have
You
doubt.
have doubt all the time. But if you don't take the leap of faith, you know, you would never know if you would make it or not.
That's true.
And if you fail, you know, sometimes you think you know, the whole world is crashing down. But a couple people have told me, if you fail, it's a learning process.
It is. It's like full of lessons. And then you do it again. You have the opportunity to do it again. And I had a guest that came on here. He said you have opportunity to do it again or not.
Or over and over.
I then also had Omar Gooding to come through, and he said something like, you know, failing is part of the process.
It
you
is.
know,
It
you
really
have
is.
to know what you did wrong, and then you go and fix from there. So if I don't fail, if I think I can just walk into the room and I'm gonna get it, then I'm doing myself no justice. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to work for it, and I got to know what works and what don't work for me.
Right.
You know, and so go back to being a business owner. There's certain steps that you have to do to getting your business up and running.
Oh yes.
Especially getting it certified through the back end. So, what are some things that you did not know when it came to starting your business that you had to find out as you was doing it? That's critical to doing your business.
Well, you have to make sure you have all the permits.
Yeah. Okay.
You
right.
know, you have to make sure you're licensed.
That's
for
true.
Sure, and insured. So, literally breaking it down, you have to have a business plan. First and foremost, to do anything, have a business plan, write it down, and make it plain. Like the Bible said, like the Bible's for scripture, Habakkuk 2. Write it down and make it plain.
Yeah.
And then later on, God will bring it to fruition.
Yeah.
So you have it on paper, so you know every step that you need. So, and do your research too in your area. Mm-hmm. What is out there, what is not, what your competition is, what the community is lacking. Listen to your friends or people around you. What's going on in your community? What is out there? Go to like some of these events and stuff like that. Because I'm not a good person to go out to events because I worked all the time. Mm-hmm. But I was able to do a couple of them.
Okay.
And I was able to see, you know, what people were asking for, what people were thinking of, what their hopes and dreams were, you know, collaborating with other women or other businesses,
Right.
networking out there.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, definitely make sure that you write it down, make it plain, and then find out all the criteria that you need in the state, starting with if you're going to do an LLC or a corporation, if you're going to do a DBA, whatever it is, find out what insurance you need to get, if you have to do a surety bond and stuff like that. That was my hardest thing, because there was some things here that was different from other states.
Yeah, like when you go bringing the business from one state to the next, so you have to get this to be required, but you may not have to do that in the next one. Yes. Okay.
So that's something that you have to make sure, because you can't just say, okay, I'm going to bring my business here, because they may not accept it because you have an EIN in there. But they do have where you can transfer your business from another state to there, but you still have to register into the state that you're in.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that got me, because I already had a business in Georgia, but they wouldn't let me bring it here.
So you had to revamp and everything here and then bring it here.
Yep.
So
So
that's crazy.
So that I named Tamaja is after my kids.
Aww.
So after my 3 kids.
Mommy loves y'all. Remember that. Remember that.
Yep. After my 3 kids and stuff like that. So when I open up the Asian market, it's to represent the Asian side of me and my mom.
I got you. So
my mom was a chef.
Yes, you said she'd be cooking it up. So that's where you got your sauce from. You was able to make different Thai dish because of your mom.
But it was funny because she never let me cook with her.
Nah, that's crazy. So did you watch? You were just peeping what she was doing?
She never.
I
don't know if anybody had the problem that I had, but you know how like some parents don't want you in the kitchen when they're cooking or cleaning and stuff. Well, she never wanted us in the kitchen.
Yeah,
because we would get in the way.
Yeah, my grandma was like, get out. Like, that's my grandma. If you ain't helping, get out, Yeah,
but she never. My mom always did stuff for herself, but I would sit like right outside and just watch what she was doing, because she would chop a papaya with a huge knife and just chop, and then cut it really, really thin with the huge, like a sharp, huge knife. And I was like, you can cut your finger off.
Yeah.
I'm still scared to this day. So I get my little peeler.
Yeah.
Or they have like the new inventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, with the choppers, like I want to get on the board. But I like when, older women, especially like the one that grew up back in the day, they could do things with their hands. Like my grandma would take stuff out the oven with no mitt, and I was still looking at it like that ain't hot. That gotta be hot. And she's like, no, you just grew accustomed to picking up a hot pan out of the oven, like, and the food be so good. Yeah.
But I admire my mom because one, coming from from Thailand to the United States, not speaking English, but keeping her traditions and teaching us her traditions, and teaching us her foods and stuff like that. I mean, she was my inspiration.
Yeah, shout out to moms, man.
Because she, like I said, she came from humble beginnings. Both of her parents had passed, so she grew up with her brother and stuff like that.
That's hard.
And, and their cultures are a lot different. You can get married younger. At that time, but she, when she came here, she didn't have anything except us.
That's crazy. She didn't have anything, and then besides her kids, and then she couldn't speak any English. So that's so hard to walk around in the world that you don't know what nobody's saying, and you can't hardly get out what you're trying to say. And the fact that she kept persevering, and you was able to see that, and now you're taking those same work ethics and putting it to your business, it's dope because her legacy is living on.
Yes, and I want my kids to do the same.
Yeah.
So my daughter now, she is actually working at the bridal shop
while
I am at the market.
With
my friends, so yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. But I think it's very dope that, like I said, you got all these businesses, but you're tying them into what you do, and you giving the homage back to your family, to your mom.
Yes.
If you had an advice that you could give to people that like, I want to start this, I want to start that, but I can't tie everything together, I don't have the funds, what advice would you give them to keep them pushing forward, and what that message would look like in 15 seconds? Go.
Do not let your doubt get to you. Whatever you dream, go for it. Because the only thing that you can do that you will regret is nothing.
Nothing. Ooh.
So just
I like
Go
that.
out there, persevere. You know, just know that God has you, and He will keep you. And if you fail, it is a lesson learned, and just pick your feet back up, dust yourself off, and start again.
That's the highlight right there, man. If you ain't getting nothing from it, just go back and replay it, and then pause right here, and then replay it again. If you ain't get it, replay it again, and just share it with a friend, because you never know who this may change, man. Thank you for coming out here and sit down and talk to us. And y'all gotta go check out the C Market Bistro,
And Tamaja
C
Bridal
Bistro
and
Market,
Formal.
because I be saying it
C
backwards.
Market and Bistro,
There
which
you
is
go.
Southeast Asia Market and Bistro, right off of Clear Creek Road. The address is 4110 Clear Creek Road, Suite 103.
And you got a social media they can follow, or
Yes.
not yet? Okay, you do?
Yes.
All right.
So Tamaja's Bridal and Formal is Tamaja's Bridal and Formal, right on Instagram and Facebook, and we also are on Google. And then C Market and Bistro, we have Instagram and Google. We're working on our Facebook.
Google, boo. Just take it into Google and you're going to find it. Tell me which one of those dishes that you like the most, which dress you like the most, tuxedo. Just go check it out and leave a comment to let me know that what you like the most about it, okay? Thank you again for sitting down with us, man. It means a lot.
And I pray that you have more and abundance.
Thank you. It means a lot. It
that
means a lot.
overflows.
Yeah, I'm glad you came and sat down and shared your story, your voice. And nobody told y'all today, tomorrow, yesterday that they love you. Bro, shut up, bro. Stop crying. Shar loves you. Miss Joan. We love you, man.
Thank you.
Look, now it's your turn. Go do it. Whatever you trying to do, go do it. Start. If you ain't start yesterday, you had another day today. Start, okay? Start. Nobody's stopping you. You're not going to get there all at once, but at least start today, all right? And we'll see y'all next time here at the P.E.G. podcast. Let's get it and let's go. Yeah. I like it. My guy's gonna lock me up. Mike gonna lock out because I got the key. So when he let me in, because I forgot our keys.
Yeah, I know. That's what you were saying.
Don't leave, Mike. I got a peace offer, bro.